these meetings actually help the citizens significantly. What it does, it helps them to have an appreciation for the resources. And I can tell you, my own councillors and me, we are always at loggerheads because citizens have no appreciation that councillors get resources, and they want to keep it that way. No, I'm serious. They believe that only the Member of Parliament has a CDF.
This is true.
So I take this medium, I won't do it here, but my councillor's CDF, if I add the 5 councillors, including the one in Harbour View, who is on the other side, get more than 2.5 times the CDF for me as an MP. And the public needs to know. So when we have our CDF consultation meeting, what it does, the public comes and then they start to get an appreciation for what 20 million can do. Then they realize that you have to take out 5 million for education minimum. Then they realize that you have to use $1 million minimum for housing indigent. Then they realize you have to use $1 million for welfare. So what it does for them, they then sit down and say, oh, so that is how the process works. Now I have some recommendations I can make. So the CDF policy of having those consultations, I think coming out of this, it is a critical recommendation that the AG should also place in your documents, that the councillors are required to do so, so that each division and the citizens of each division have a clear appreciation, one, how much money the councillor gets. That's the biggest one. I'm not laughing, I know, I know. How much money the councillor gets, so it is advertised for the benefit of the public, and then what the resources can be used for, so that they can then be a part of saying, okay, if your funds, what is the equivalent? I always call it DEF, and when I'm reading these reports, it looked like I was wrong. It's DEF?
DEF.
Okay, so, okay. All right, so people really now have an appreciation and say, all right, councillor, since you're getting, for instance, $10 million, what we are recommending is that $5 million out of it go on road woy, and we want $2 million to assist with education, and we want $1 million maximum for debt benefit. You need to stop buying things for dead yard, and down the line. Don't joke, because we literally at the parish council get a lot of resources that are spent, but I don't feel that they are accountable in the way we are, both to the Parliament through the CDF and to the people of our constituencies.
I second that, Member Holness. Madam AG.
Thanks, Chair. I just want to reinforce what Member Holness is saying. And you spoke to the CDF and the policy to have these community meetings. But for the local authorities, it's a requirement under the Act. It is a requirement.
Oh, it's a requirement?
Yes, Section 41. And it is in fact in the report. Okay. Section 41 of the Local Governance Act requires KSAMC to conduct community meetings at least once in each year to report.
That's 3.2.
To the local authorities, inhabitants, on its performance and plans.
Is that only for the KSAMC or all
for
municipal
all,
corporations?
But this prompt is specific, because I made a similar point for St. Catherine as well.
Accepted.